home, sweet home, the strategy that I have shared with you, that I have been using for a long time to profit from personally, has been delivering some great results. I can tell by looking at the charts and then following up to the profit wall to see that some of our members, particularly of Tarsus, Trav, and a couple of others, have been posting those setups and their performance-driven metrics as well. P&L cards, they're just glorious to look at. And they have been looking at these home setups along with whatever MarketSpy prints. And I think it's been extremely beneficial for people to trade those. And so before we begin, I'd like to remind you that what we have here on this chart, ladies and gentlemen, is a circle that I have left for you in one of the posts here in our Discord, on Twitter as well, talking about how this was a 6-month support, but we don't have a buy signal yet. That's on a 3-day chart, according to the 3-day chart. So if you're positioned to take advantage of the market, please listen up. This is my full assessment of what is to come. I don't know what's going on with the mute button. I apologize for that. But don't look at me. Look at the charts. My eyes are on the chat. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer those. Anyways, you don't need me. You need the charts. So I have this tin hat on just in case. 6-month support held beautifully. Price bounced away from it. And I said on Twitter that early bidders are going to step in for sure. And they did. I did share a little clip from our previous stream where my last update was that when you see the dip on the daily time frame, right here, this would be your entry point. And if you don't, you'll miss out on all this move leading up all the way up to here. I even illustrated what that would look like with my magical squiggle lines. And here we are. A few days later, we are retesting what looks like a yearly setup. Now you can tell it's yearly just by looking at this little tag right here that says Y. So the CPR is set to yearly, and we're having a moment of rejection here. But fear not, because I'm about to explain why this is important. Now we're grinding against the yearly CPR open. This is a yearly open. If we reclaim this level, guys, it is fireworks. We're back to the bull in full glory. And this will be violent and this will be swift. But what do? Do you get in now on this candle? It is very possible that after a brief consolidation of about a day or two over here, spending some time below this will accumulate enough silly shorts to the downside to give us rocket fuel to go higher. Check this out. We are below the yearly open. Remember the stack. It goes like this: daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. We need to be above all of these opens in order to continue with the greed and fueling the market with passion, with traders that want to be bullish forever. Will it happen? There's a good chance it might. And here's the thing, top-down assessment. Here we go. Tune in. So, yearly resistance is the final stage. This is the final boss. This is what we must overcome in order to reach higher ground. How are we going to do this? Are we being rejected here? So the level to watch for is this. We click on DSR, we click on monthly. So remember where the yearly is. As a matter of fact, let's take a horizontal line and just mark it off on the chart, just so we can come back to it a little later. Now that we have that on the chart with this glorious purple line, we'll go and switch this over to monthly. See what changes. And yes, we're floating above monthly. Immediately, we can say that this level right here at 90K must hold in order for this to materialize. If it doesn't, we're in deep, deep trouble. So there's two outcomes here. And if I were to turn everything off, let's get rid of the circle, the inner circle, the real inner circle that profited you. We're now in this range. I define my ranges not based on daily opens or whatnot. I am basing it in terms of the stack of the daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. And right now, we are in the shakeout area of about a $3,000 range right here that is going to determine the future of Bitcoin. This is the range. We cannot close on the weekly, not daily, on the weekly, lower than 90K. If we close lower than 90K, we will have the ugliest waterfall that we haven't seen yet on these charts. Here's why. We move on to the next stage, which is weekly. And weekly is also at the same level as monthly. So this is a very volatility driven range that you're going to see. $3,000 range. Do not get chopped up. Wait it out. Wait for price to make a move. 3K from here, above or below, and you're golden. And finally, we have our daily. Now it is late here, so I'm not going to keep you waiting. Take your time. And here we have daily. Take a look. Let's mark it off. So now, let's get rid of all of this. We can see that price is trading at a premium above daily, above monthly, above weekly, but is being met with resistance at 94K on the yearly. Technically, this would be considered a bearish retest of the yearly open range. But we just bounced on a 6-month support, which means theoretically, the way you frame this thought is that when you bounce on something like a 6-month, you can expect to float above that level for another 6 months. And this floating has to happen above 90K. 90K from here must absolutely hold for this to be a valid setup. Now let's go back to DSR, and we can see how we're hitting this level here. This is our daily resistance block. It is green, it is pretty. Let's go back to weekly, and we can see how we made a pivot to pivot trade, meaning we bounced off of the support level. Isn't MarketSpy wonderful? It contains all the right ingredients and nothing extra, just the right stuff. But we bounced on support, we went up to resistance, and the reaction is normal. Absolutely healthy recovery, healthy support, healthy resistance. The trick to all of this now is break out of this resistance on a bull flag formation. And yes, we shall pump PAMP. I don't know what you heard about me, but we are going to PAMP. Can we do it? Can you wait it out? Can you not be a little piggy and get slaughtered in this range? Sure, should be easy. $3,000, that's the distance. The cool-off period started today. For this whole time, I was on my, what was I on? And by the way, these setups over here, 1 home, 2 home, 3 home, 5 home, and then finally we had another home over here, and this bad boy here, which I did not take because I was not around at the time. And we have been pumping, and we have a symmetrical, identical situation happening at the top right now. Except I think that the bears, who are extremely greedy and will see this as an opportunity to short my pay a price for doing so. Now we do have a pyramid which is expected to make price go up a little bit and then bring it down a little bit. And so this range is what we're looking at. Once we resolve out of this range and we pump above the value line, there will not be any pullbacks. Price will skyrocket back to the first level of interest, our magnet that I have mentioned, sitting at 97K. 97K is going to be very important because that will be the new higher high established range over here. And from here we might do a little pullback and then do something like this. Okay, so this in a nutshell is all that you need to know. Cool off period, $3,000 range between significant key levels of opportunity. You're not sitting there with pending limit orders. You're trying to see where price is going to close by next week. If we start to lose the monthly, the daily, and the weekly, and we start to restructure under the yearly open, then it's full on bear market. We're not coming back to these levels ever again for the foreseeable future. That's how real this is. Please understand that these setups, these predictions are only useful for us as intraday traders, because once we know the direction in which Bitcoin is going, we participate in that direction. We find setups. Mag 7, it's go time. Another one, punch out, it's go time. Baseline reclaim, retest, it's go time. And so right now, this is an exit signal. There are some bearish indications here. And I already made a post on Discord about this. So shouldn't be too complicated. But after all that is said and done, I want to leave you with one particular comment about home. Home has quickly become a favorite for many of our traders, or at least it seems that way from the comments and the content that I see that's being published in our Discord. And so home is a little tricky. Now, there's symmetry to it, meaning, let me just do a rough sketch. Now, symmetry would be something like this, right? You have time series here where, when price interacts with these levels, it creates like a certain gap. And this is being explained by, here they are. This is your chart vision. These gaps, the amount of time that it takes to actually complete an intraday curve is usually very symmetrical within these ranges. So whatever the symmetry is on the first consolidation is how it's going to reflect on the second consolidation. Systematically, we think about trading these setups in this manner. We'll look at the pivots, open, we'll look at support, and we'll look for a home. We're looking to build our house there. The house of MarketSpy can be according to what I have on the chart right now, these symmetrical sort of price gaps, arches. You can go rough eye like this, but then your stop loss, for example, by the time you have an entry is, remember, you're always looking for 1 hour. Statistically, professional trading environments don't require you to hold beyond 1 hour. That is impossible. That is having a level of conviction where if you're buying the dip, then you're not thinking about 1 hour. You're just holding on a signal for an indefinite duration. But for us, if you're trading intraday, 1 hour is where you should be taking your profit regardless of what the setup shows. So if you have this punch out and this is where you're participating, you should be taking 90% out at the take profit level right here. It doesn't matter if price goes up. And this is because the number of contracts that you get to trade with here is huge. So sure, you can benefit, you can gamble, but gambling is something that we want to avoid doing. And so every day, as you have seen, for the past 2-3 weeks, I have been posting trade after trade. And at least there's like 2 periods in a day where you can find an opportunity. And that is from the time that the CPR opens to the time that it closes. Now you can make your own window, but I just recommend it because it's visually there. It's present with MarketSpy. It is no different than waiting for New York session, London session, or Tokyo session. The point is you're being grounded and confined within a parameter rule set that you have created, or you're using the one that's found within MarketSpy based on its visuals. And so home, you can build it in this way by understanding symmetry and being rough about it. But then there's also like something like this over here. Let's zoom in a little bit. And these are by far my favorite ones, where you can have homes as small as something like this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn off DSR Armageddon. You can have something like this and that'll be valid. The most important criteria for home setup is that the peak, the tallest candle, and it has to be like a visible candle. It cannot be a small stubby. Let's talk about this area over here. The trade that you're looking to perform on a home build like this is valid because you have something to work with on lower time frames. If you drop down to 1 minute time frame, 5 minute, 15, you're gonna see some sort of shape that aligns with that rooftop that we always talk about. So once the low of that candle breaks, and if you want to be totally aggressive with it, once we have the break of the open of the candle. So once this area breaks, this is when you throw your stop loss at the peak of the rooftop of the house. Yeah. And then you size up according to how we size up. And so if you're early, notice that these trades, like this candle right here that went up, if you had your stop right here, you're still safe. Now I recommend using these thick lines. If you double click on this, you click on the parameters, you get the thickest one. Because again, visually, if you were to place a stop loss just above the visual thickness of that line, it gives you just a few, dare I say, millimeters, right? Just a few little tiny micro inches right here above the candle, where if you were to use a thin line, you'd be sitting right at the wick. And sometimes, as in this example, right here, sometimes that can take you out. But if you have a thick line and you're just above it, you're always safe. And I can find you 1,000 of these examples. But regardless, if you were to go in over here, this whole wick, that's a 0.5% retracement over here on Bitcoin. That is more than enough to get you out on a 5, to 15-minute ATR. So very simple. And then immediately you have a reversal, and there they go. So structurally, it's very difficult to break something like what home is. Anywhere here, if you were to show me a structure, so I personally use on MarketSpy Armageddon. It's a new version that's going to come. You have these little triangles. And so what I look is a simple pattern that looks like this. You ever play Zelda? My kids play it all the time. But this setup, these three triangles like this is where I would look for a home setup. When I have like 1, 2, 3 of them, it's kind of like a visual little cue, and you can start looking. It is best to look for those when price is either red, green, or white. It doesn't really matter. But clearly you had another one over here, and it's the same concept. This is the tallest candle here. You needed to break the low of this candle right here. And the low was broken by either of these candles right here. Now, does it need to close below it? Preferably yes, but when there's volatility involved, obviously you're gonna have wicks like this, and your stop is resting over here. Your entry is anywhere at the break of the low of this candle. So anywhere here, lots of struggling, pacing around, but then price falls and it drops in your favor. And then it's your choice if you want to hold it. If you held, this would have been a very profitable trade, but you know, always exit at 1R and leave a runner. Leave a runner if, yeah, box. Thank you. Yeah, Zelda, Triforce. It's just something to associate with. How cool is that? So we have the house right here. We have another one over here. And every time there's a break of that high or the low of that candle, that's your go-to signal. Now, it is most ideal when you have all of this happening above some sort of baseline or support or something that gives you some sense of bullishness. Maybe a momentum that's resolving to the upside here. You have your C bars that are aligned. I mean, it's really difficult to just kind of go against what MarketSpy is printing. So we don't have VVS, it's extremely weak over here. No power whatsoever, but still you have your home setups, and if you happen to be up at this time over here, looking at the chart, you can totally play it this way. It is the only candlestick pattern that you need in your life. You really don't need anything else. This is the pattern that can do it for you. So if you're able to recognize and find those, as unbelievable as it sounds, you will be amazed how price struggles, and you'll go underwater immediately after your entry. But you'll see that eventually this structure prevails, and traders, depending on where this home setup is, they push price in that direction away from the rooftop. Inverse situation is the same. And here's one over here, for example. As soon as we have a break of this candle, there's your trade over here. And so you have a little structure. You can see how these triangles have it's not the best, but they resemble what the lines resemble over here. So you say, okay, I'll risk it. Throw my stop loss right here. Get up to, that's 500 points, guys. This is insane. This is 500 points, $565 on just two of these candles over here. And then that's your exit. You're trained to exit at the first sign of resistance, which is the baseline anyways. And the first signal, including the house, including the MAG7, including punch out, is likely to fail. Maybe a retest, go for a retest. Retest is an important concept in our methodology because price really needs to confirm that whatever is happening is actually true. And so it wants to ask that from the traders, are you interested? And if the algorithms confirm, then we're on the right side of the trade. Again, structurally, we have something like this. where you have a little bit of a gap. So you notice how two candles here, 1, 2, and this is where the symmetry comes in. And you look at this and you're like, you cannot call this home and say I'm getting in on this candle. Why? Because you need the break of this candle. You could literally, and then there's like your max 7 immediately. This is the candle that actually did it. So at this stage right here, this is your entry somewhere in here. This is your stop loss. CR is tweeting, going on Discord, talking about 6 month support. Early bidders will step in. You remember that last stream and you're like, oh, this is like a red dot on daily. I should probably buy that because, you know, CR does his homework. So when he says you're gonna miss out on the trade if you don't buy the red dot, you're gonna miss out on the trade. And so this is the break of this longest wick right here. We go up, and your 1 hour from here to here, by that time, you know, you have your punch out over here, another confirmation, so you're golden. You're good to go, and the rest is history. Whatever happens now is it doesn't matter. But please mark your charts like this and watch these levels like a hawk. Now, I advise you can do 2 things over here. Number 1, so there might be a little home setup developing right here, okay? But there's a volatile range area here, and so the cool-off period is necessary. I recommend waiting, but this is already reacting to the upside. Too desperate. I personally wouldn't jump on this. I'd wait, especially because everything that we have just talked about is going to be so rewarding if you just wait for it. 93.5 or 94K break will lead price towards that 97 magnet zone 100%. If we're able to stay afloat here, and I think we are able to stay afloat here. The other 2 confluence areas is you have your EQ zone 1, in which it's an equilibrium. You guys understand the equilibrium is price is chilling there. It's where transactions, the majority of transactions, your profiler will give you a little print over here. It'll give you like support over here. It'll do another one. You'll have a sell tail over here. Trust me, it's coming. This is gonna happen. And so you're looking to wait this out, but you also don't want to lose this orange line right here, because once you lose that, this is the maximum depth of the dip that you can go to, because we have EQ3 and EQ3 conflicting right now. So it also acts as a magnet zone where price can like dip its toes into it. Pick up some contracts here if you must, but you know, I wouldn't do it with pending limit orders, not yet. But yeah, home is one thing, but this whole assessment, the reason why I wanted to jump into this live stream and do it for you guys is so that you are aware of these 3 levels and the maximum profitability stack that is building. They break, there's nothing to support price from below. They will restructure into a confirmed, so this would be like a yearly retest, confirmed, trap everybody who went based on the daily open, weekly open, and monthly open without considering the yearly resistance line and this purple line right here. Those who did not consider that, they'll pay a huge price because they'll be trapped up there on that positive reinforcement signal on the daily, weekly, and monthly, thinking that 3 is enough. Now 3 is a good number, but this 4th one, the final boss, the weekly, it is a bearish retest right now. We get rejected, it's gonna get ugly. We will restructure by next week, and if we cannot stay within this $3,000 range, it is over for Bitcoin. Mark my words. Like, this is quantifiable. This is something that all of these systems are based on. It's just these levels, they're golden. They're not made up. They're not like our style, your style. This is it. No matter what style, price is going to react to where we close next week. And so for now, the hourly is printing an exit signal. We are doing a couple of interesting things over here. something like this, right? This is Prada is always your friend if in doubt. And you just want to see how price interacts, because within this one small candle there's also like these levels, and Prada sort of like brings it all together for you. And so this is very simple. Fall below here, this is going to be, these are hollow candles, so the spill is going to be pretty sharp, much like what we saw happen here to the downside, and then there's no recovery from that. However, if we bounce around here, which we should after a good run up, we should bounce around here for a bit. If we break, I am all in, and I'm telling you, we will have completed the structure by next week. All of these smaller levels by next month will be above over here, and price is never coming down to these levels again for the foreseeable future into Q1 2026. So that's it. Do you guys have any questions? Hope you have been doing great. Let me go through the comments and see if anyone has anything. But this is as good as it gets. There's nothing else here. This is wonderful. I'm watching it, but I'm also participating intraday with the daily CPR. Directionally trade from there. You only need a small candle, about 300, 500 points. You're good to go. Appreciate it, Box. Thank you. Let's see. Comments. Time to read the comments. Zoom in over here. Robert Schmidt. Haven't been trading actively. I'm just holding BTC long since 58K. Trying to learn to trade options, and I'm thinking of buying more of the MEXC ETF. Leverage BTC ETF. Well, the stock market is not just limited to something new like Bitcoin ETFs. You can trade options, but there's just so many of them to choose from. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna read that out loud, but yeah, I hear you, Mr. Schmidt. I hear you. Travis Edwards, you have been performing so good. Just like all these setups and charts, I really appreciate those. Eva, like that coin is dead, but he actually managed to pull something out of it using a home setup with a little bit of momentum and some backing. Now, there are not that many participants there, so I feel like if you were to, I don't know, step in with like 100K purchase, the market maker would pick up on that, and it's just like, it's really hard to move to a price. I purchased a few times, and it just jumps, it goes like, and then immediately comes down, so it's just a little scary for me to trade those. Maybe with smaller size. But yeah, amazing charts and everything. Very bold, very productive. Oh, we have a subscriber. No, we have a super chat. Oh wait, Josh came through with a super chat. Let's go. Oh man, I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Man, why do these donations feel so good, man? I'm gonna get my coffee tomorrow. Cappuccino, first thing in the morning. CPR open. See where this thing goes. I'll leverage up for you, man. I'll do an airdrop in the Discord. Appreciate it, Josh. Thank you. So high time frame opens are all key at the moment. Exactly, Mr. Lawrence. These are the levels that we have to keep an eye on. This is where the restructuring will happen. This is like the bread and butter of everything here. So all these little homes, max, nothing matters right now until we get clarity from here. By the way, I saw a discussion in our Discord where people have left some, ideas about trading psychology and everything like that. And you guys brought up some good points about what works and what doesn't, and why do we do the things that we do sometimes. And somebody said that I mentioned on my stream that we don't really lack discipline, but clarity. And I just wanted to clarify what I mean by that is clarity actually comes from doing. Things become clear once you initiate. So I recommend everyone hop in on these trade setups with either a demo account or a real account. If you don't have an account, sign up. I have all the links down below, and if you trade along and take part in all of this and just exercise that mind of a trader that's looking locked in on the charts every day, you might start seeing that there are patterns here, profitable patterns, and not like market patterns, but your own internalized, like your patterns, maybe the little nuggets you pick up here, there, this streamer, that streamer, like, I don't know, the good guys out there, you pick it up, and then you're like, listen, I think I can put a system together here. Yes, you are using a system, maybe multiple systems, but ultimately you're also part of the algorithm and you're the final piece. You make it happen. And so that's where the magic is. And I think, yeah, participation is clarity. Action gives you clarity. Thinking about stuff and journaling, I agree, but it's all a mental gymnastics exercise. But by doing, you actually move forward in all things in life. And so just do this and restrain and patience. I wait literally like 9 a.m. It's not even by time. It's more like checking on the chart. Does it look good? No. I know if I come back in a few hours, I'll either miss out on the move or it'll just be setting up at that time. And throughout the day, I can show you right here, for example, even today, we had a couple of profitable trade setups from the open of the CPR on the daily to now nearing a close. Soon, still have some hours to go. Speaking of those hours, it is almost 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm gonna catch some nap, get some shut-eye going on, get it in, sleep, and I'll wake up in like 6 hours, use that money that Josh just sent me to buy my cappuccino. Kind of stopped drinking tea for a while because I'm running low on supplies. I have to re-up, but yeah. And tomorrow I'm pretty sure there's going to be another setup. We'll either be trading below here, still within the range, or we will attempt to pump and then reverse back down. But anyways, I'm setting up for a bullish continuation from here. But the beautiful thing is I don't have to be right or wrong. It's whichever direction it chooses, I will just simply look for a setup in that direction. It will not fail us. MarketSpy just works in this way. It's following price to the T. If it's gonna go down below these levels, whatever bearish, bullish setup, remember bullish setups will fail and you wanna trade those to the downside, and bearish signals will be like continuation signals to the downside. But the yearly retest, the yearly open retest at this purple line right here, this is that golden level that we need to keep an eye on. So please do so. Discuss any of the changes as they happen in our Discord, guys. I always love reading your comments there. And just get in on these tiny little trades here and there every day and just get that 1% going. And wish you all the best and have a wonderful, wonderful time with the market. And don't let these things stop you. If nothing is working, there's no such thing. It's just slow down, do less, and just wait. or at least like follow along when I drop in there. I kind of stopped posting like arrow trays when I'm like, here's the chart, this is where we're going, because it's like there's no feedback and you probably have your own thing going on, and that's like an old version of how people used to do it. You have information at your fingertips now. You have Twitter. You can formulate some ideas clearly for yourselves. But if any of you are still looking for that input directionally, I can still share charts. But I mean, if you have MarketSpy, I'd rather teach you these concepts, what to look for, and then you take it from there. All right. Thank you for tuning in once again. Love you all, and we'll link up next time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe in a couple of days. I don't know. But eyes on the charts, eyes on the prize. Stay hydrated, never liquidated. See you guys later.